This is every important fight to make after UFC 324. It was a great first card to start off the year. We're going to go from the main event. We're going to go down to one of the prelims. We're not going to get into all the, boring fights, so some of the losers. But we got some of the most important winners and some of the most important losers of UFC 324. Before we get into the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's get it started with the main event of Justin Gaethje pulling off the upset over Paddy Pimblett, 37 years old. Who said Unk couldn't pull it off? Come on. I did say this fight would be close. I did pick Paddy Pimblett, but Justin Gaethje surprised me. He threw hands. Paddy kept it on the feet. Wasn't able to get takedowns and just got battered pillar to post for 5 rounds. Honestly, it was a great performance from Justin Gaethje. He was overswinging and overloading on everything, but Paddy's chin was there to be cracked, and it got cracked. It got cracked bad. But Scousers don't get knocked out. But Justin Gaethje, man, interim lightweight title now. You know he's going to be fighting for the belt next, man. Give him to Ilya. Send him Ilya. 2-3 years, forget, he's getting slimed out, all right? This is the one fight where I am not going to be sad to see Ilya slime out his opponent. Charles absolutely took everything from me. That was absolutely gut-wrenching. That was heartbreaking. Volk was heartbreaking. Max was fucking heartbreaking. So, I don't mind him sliming out Justin Gaethje. I don't think Gaethje wants to smoke here. I think this is a bad matchup for Gaethje. I think the grappling is phenomenal from Ilya Topuria. I think it's a huge gap in the grappling, not to mention the striking. I think Ilya hits harder, he's cleaner, he's faster, he doesn't overswing, and Justin Gaethje ducks his head every time he throws those hooks, and oftentimes when he's trying to block a shot, he'll just duck his head. I could see Ilya Topuria catching him with an uppercut. I could see him catching him with a fucking head kick or something. I got Ilya in that fight, obviously, but that is the fight to make for Justin Gaethje. He's the interim lightweight title holder. This is his opportunity to somehow get that lightweight belt, but he has not had an easy path to get that lightweight title. We're going to move on, though, to Paddy Pimblett, who lost to Justin Gaethje. Not the best performance from Paddy, but he did stand there. He didn't get knocked out. He did stand his ground, and he threw back. He made an absolute war of that fight, and he just ate everything on the chin. This dude just ate fucking everything on the chin, did not care. Scousers don't get knocked out. But I think the next fight for Paddy Pimblett, no matter what happens to his opponent here, should be Dan the Hangman Hooker, okay? Dan Hooker has verbally said that he does not care about the title anymore. He wants fun fights, and this is a fun fight. That there is beef behind, that there is hate behind, that there has been a lot of criticism between the two of them. Dan Hooker's talked shit about Paddy Pimblett. Paddy Pimblett has talked loads of shit about Dan Hooker, saying he couldn't keep a bad guy off of his mom if he was getting freaking raped or whatever. Like, it was crazy stuff. Crazy trash talk between the two of them. So I think this is the next fight to make no matter what. If Dan Hooker loses, I think he should still fight Paddy. They'll both be on losing streaks or coming off of a loss. If he beats BSD, I think he should still fight Paddy, because Paddy will still be above him in the rankings, and it's a great fight no matter what. I think the beef is there. I think Paddy needs a bounce back spot. He'll probably beat Dan Hooker, but Hooker could pull off the upset for sure. I mean, this is the type of matchup where a Hooker would just crack Paddy Pimblett and break that Scouser chin. So we'll see. I think this is the next matchup to make for Paddy Pimblett, though. We're going to move on to Sean O'Malley, getting back in the win column in the big 2026. Didn't win all of 2025. His last win was in 2024. Good for him. Everybody's saying it was a robbery. I mean, he won the first and won the third. It was close, but not a robbery, that's for sure. He pulled away big time in the third round, made Song Yadong look bloody and beat up in the third round. So good win by Sean O'Malley. Wasn't the most entertaining win, but he did get the win. I think the next fight's going to be obvious, man, and I don't even want this fight. It is a good fight. I'm not going to complain, but it's not really right. It's going to be Sean O'Malley versus Petr Yan 2. Guaranteed. I would almost put my life on this, on the fact that this is going to be the White House co-main or main event. Probably the co-main. I doubt they're going to put this as the main event. Sean O'Malley White House main event would be kind of crazy, but I think Sean O'Malley's going to be on that main card of that White House event, and I think it's going to be against Petr Yan. They're going to give Petr Yan big money for this fight, not to mention the fact that he's verbally said that he wants the rematch. He thinks he beat Sean O'Malley in the first fight, and arguably he did. He did beat Sean O'Malley in the first fight, so it's a great rematch. Does Sean O'Malley deserve the infinite title glitch? No, but it's a great rematch, and it's a fight they're probably going to want to put on the White House. It's a huge American superstar in Sugar Sean O'Malley. When they play his walkout at the White House, is going to be electric. And then, of course, Petr Yan, lost to Sean O'Malley a couple years ago. It was a split decision. He wants that win back and he's champ. So I think once he beats Merab, or if he rematches Merab first, I think they do Sean versus Petr Yan, or they could do this fight first and then do Merab Yan 3 in the summertime. We'll see what happens, but I think this is the next match for Sean O'Malley. Dana White loves Sean O'Malley. Trump loves Sean O'Malley. They're going to put this at the White House. Just trust. We're going to move on to Song Yadong, the loser of the fight. Very close fight. You know, every time he gets into these high-ranked spots, he just loses. And then every time he fights down, he whoops up his opponents. Every time. So I think the right matchup here is going to be Song Yadong versus Amin Zahabi. You guys know I'm a Canadian casual. You guys know I'm going to be rooting behind Amin Zahabi. I've been rooting Amin Zahabi. People hate on this dude, but he's got the longest win streak of bantamweight at the moment. He's got the best boxing at bantamweight. Mark my words, he's got the best boxing, the best defense at bantamweight. And he's on the rise, man. Even at 37 years old, he's coming for the top. So I think this is the right matchup to make. Amin's on a 7-fight win streak, I believe, 7 or 8. And Song Yadong's coming off of a loss. So fight down, fight Amin Zahabi. This could be a fight night main event. It could be an Apex main event. I'm not mad at it. Book this fight ASAP. I think this is the right matchup for Song Yadong, and I think it's a good matchup for Amin Zahabi to get one step closer to that title shot. We move on to I know black, I Dominican. Fucking Waldo Cortez Acosta, flukes Derek Lewis, all right, with a jab and then a fucking ground and pound as Derek Lewis just flops to the ground like a whale. Bad performance from D-Lou, but Waldo Cortez Acosta is on a 3-fight knockout streak right now. 3-fight knockout streak. Who would have seen this coming a year ago? Nobody. This is crazy streak from the Dominican man, Waldo Cortez Acosta, and I think there's one fight to make. He called out for it. I think it's a banger, but he's going to regret calling out this name. Curtis Blades is going to whoop your fucking Dominican ass, buddy. You're getting whooped by Curtis Blades. Curtis Blades coming for that belt, man. He's coming to whoop up. I know Dominican. I know black. I Dominican. No, I black. No Dominican. Let's go, Curtis Blades. Curtis Blades about to whoop up Waldo Cortez. I gotta chill out. We're gonna whoop up Waldo Cortez Acosta, man. Waldo called for it. I love the matchup. I think the winner of this is title eliminator or a top ranking eliminator. Really great fight. Curtis Blades just tore both of his ACLs, I believe, in his last one against that fat steroid Rizvan Kuniev, but doesn't matter, man. Curtis Blades is going to be back, and I think he should fight Waldo Cortez Acosta, who's on a 3-fight knockout streak, who's had nobody test him in the wrestling. Nobody has shot takedowns on him. Even Pavlovich didn't, right? But Curtis Blades is going to be the first one to do it, and I think he's going to get takedown after takedown after takedown. I think he's going to put this fat Dominican man on his ass for 15 to 25 minutes, whatever the case may be. I think Curtis Blades wins, but I think it's a good matchup, because if Waldo does win, and he does knock out Curtis Blades, which would be massive, he's next in line for the title, especially with the antics, the memes that are being created now, the wearing of the eye patch to mock Tom Aspinall. You love to see it. So this is a great fight to make. I think it's a next fight for Waldo and a great fight for Curtis Blades as well. We're going to move on to Gene Silva, who gets a big bounce back win over my boy Arnold Allen. I was Arnolding my Allen watching this fight. All right, I was Arnolding my Allen, and Arnold Allen did do good, but John Silva, man, he's just a dog. He's just fucking an animal. All right, Tism versus Tism. Gene Silva won. He won. He out-tismed Arnold Allen. It was crazy. He jumped off his back and flew like a bird in the air. I was like, no way this has just happened. But Gene Silva gets the win. And I think a nice matchup for him next. One that I would personally like to see. I'm not a big fan of Gene Silva, but I'm an even less fan of this guy, man. Gene Silva versus fucking Aljamain Sterling. Aljo, your time's come, buddy. You got no chance out of this one, buddy. You're cooked. You're done. All right, put the gloves down. Put him in the middle of the octagon. Hit the retirement button. You're out of here, buddy. Gene Silva versus Aljamain Sterling main event. Please make this fight. Please, UFC. I want to see Aljo get slimed out. Please, for that boring snooze fest, a jab fest that was that Brian Ortega fight. For all of his fucking antics, man. Get Aljamain Sterling out of there, man. All right, Gene Silva versus Aljo. Gene's gonna absolutely mog Aljamain Sterling. I think it's a great fight for both, though. I mean, don't get me wrong, Aljo could win this fight. He could out-grapple Gene Silva. We saw Diego Lopez do it. Aljamain Sterling's one of the best grapplers at 145. He could do it, for sure. But I think Gene Silva would probably win that fight. I would like to see this 5-round main event. It would be a great fight. I think it's next to make. But we'll move on to Arnold Allen, man, who loses against Gene Silva. Very close fight, but there's not really anything left for him at 145. He's been inactive. He's kind of gotten passed by Evloev. He's gotten passed by Gene Silva now, passed by Aljamain Sterling, passed by Lerone Murphy. Like, all these guys have passed my boy Arnold Allen. So I think a move up would be great. Let's do Arnold Allen versus Beneil Dariush. Buddy, your time's come. Dariush, you're a playing piece to get guys into the top 15 now, buddy. You're done, all right? Arnold Allen versus Beneil Dariush is a great fight. Fun scrambles if Arnold Allen doesn't just drop a left hand on him and put him out cold in 16 seconds. But Arnold Allen versus Beneil Dariush, I'd like to see it. Beneil's still got some gas left in him. I mean, his chin's not really there, but Arnold Allen doesn't really crack like that. He's moving up, right? He's not going to have as much power. So I think this is a good fight for both because Beneil Dariush needs to fight down, needs to fight somebody out the rankings and fight somebody on the come up. And Arnold Allen could easily move up to 155 and go for that top 15 spot against Beneil Dariush. It's a great spot, a great match for Arnold Allen. He took no damage. He could come back in here on the London card. He could come back in here at the, near summertime. It'd be great to see Arnold Allen get back, get an early return, and put him against Beneil Dariush, man. We're going to move on to the final guy I got to talk about, Umar Nurmagomedov. All right, a beautiful performance. Great 29-28. Amazing stuff. 30-27. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Masterclass against Figueiredo, 37-year-old Figueiredo. Beautiful. All right. Umar needs another, man. Umar needs another. I don't care, okay? You could say he fights for the belt right now, and he probably could. And he probably could win. But Umar is just going to these boring 29-28s. I know Sean O'Malley just went to a boring 29-28. I don't want to see Sean get the belt. I'm telling you, this is what's going to happen. I'm not saying this is what I want to happen. This is what's going to happen, all right? I'm predicting the future here. I already see Sean O'Malley getting that. I can envision that announcement. Oh, the rematch of Sean O'Malley and Petr Yan at the White House for the belt. Sean O'Malley's fighting for the belt again. The big rematch where Sean O'Malley won. I can just see that shit in the headlines, all right? But Umar, buddy, you're going back to the prelims, and you're going to the prelims with Merab. No, I'm kidding. That's gonna be main card. But Merab versus Umar Nurmagomedov 2. I think it's a good fight. The first fight was very competitive. As much as people want to say Merab dominated, it was a close 48-47, and it could have gone either way. Umar won the first two. I think Merab won the last three. That's how it went. Clear cut. And I think we got to see if Umar still got that 5-round cardio. He just went 2 3-round fights with older, slower opponents. He fought Bautista, got dropped by Bautista, but still won that fight confidently, and then just made Figgy look easy. We need to see him back in a 5-rounder before we can say, okay, you're fighting for the title again. We need to see him in a 5-rounder. I know Sean O'Malley just went 3 rounds and is probably going to get this title shot, but he did go 5 rounds back-to-back with Merab, So let's see if Umar can go 5 rounds again. We'll see if his cardio is better. But I think these are all the fights to make after UFC 324. The important fights to make. And I didn't put Natalia Silva here because I think she's going to fight Shevchenko. It's going to be a great, boring snooze fest. So just doze off. But all these fights are great. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about all the matchmaking. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will catch you guys in the next video. See you.